Hello, 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 everyone. Good evening. Good to see everyone. Hey, Robin, you number one girl. Number one in here tonight. Hey, PG and Chet. Hey, hey, hey to you. How you doing? Number two, justice for you. Hello, beautiful mama. Prayers to you and your family. Hey, girl, I appreciate that. God bless. God bless. Prayers to you and your family as well. Hey, Summer Moon, Utah. Well, there you go, Miss Justice for you. I appreciate that. I appreciate that. Purple hearts for Summer. God bless. And let me see, Linda, number three. Number three. It's Linda. Hello, PG. Hello, hello, hello to you. And let's find number four. All right, Old Sullivan, number four. Hey, PD, much love to you. Much love to all of y'all. God bless. All right, let me see. Okay, Nicole's, how you doing tonight, sweetie? Good to see you. And Miss Justice, how you doing, sweetie? Much love, PG. Much love to you. Deputy Sheriff, good to see you in here tonight. Ruby Rainmaker. Bridget, how you doing, sweetie? Peanut, how you doing tonight? Good to see you. Hello, everyone from Tucson, Arizona. All right. She's close to all that. She's close to all them slot machines. All right. She's close to it. Legendary, how you doing, sweetie? Seeking truth. Carrie, I love that. That is beautiful. Hey, hey, beautiful PG Mods chat. Good to see you all. Much love. Purple hearts and prayer hands for summer. God bless. There's Brenda and Claire. I'm trying to get everybody I can. Sad Eyes, how you doing tonight? Suzanne, how you doing, sweetie? Robin. ABM, good to see you. Good to see you in here, sweetie. And let's see. I think I got everybody. Oh, Janet. Janet, I didn't get you, hun. Oh, and I tell you, I should have spotted that. You got my avatar. I love it. All right. Been a lot going on. YouTube world, right? Oh my goodness. All you hear is right? Yeah. It's like every time you turn on the YouTube, somebody's going mayhem, right? I don't know. I don't know, you guys. I don't know. I'm just like PG's mellowed out. I'm just kicked back and I'm like turn to YouTube and I start hearing it's their fault because they make dumbass mistakes. Right? Wrong choices. I'm like, what? Okay. Wow. You know. There it's like the Scream team out there. Right? Doesn't matter what channels you hit with them haters. It's like blow you back in your seat, right? With all that screaming, it's like, could you please take a chill pill? Right? Calm down. No reason to scream like that. You could tell they was used to getting outside, right? They was used to getting outside. Don Wells ghosted everybody on YouTube. Yeah, little Dave. He ain't too ghost. He ain't too ghost. He's still running that sut. Trust me, I know. he's still running that sut to a few of the wrong people, but right? To a few of the wrong people. but he's running it. I'm like, whatever. Keep going, keep going. Long as Don Wells is running his mouth. Um, Depends on who he's running his mouth to. If you're going to get valuable information or not. Like, you're not going to get valuable information with White Boy or, you know, um, Day Day or Jinx or any of them people because, Tim, well, you might get some valuable information with Tim. Robin, um, they got a couple of neighbors down there, that they speak to. I won't mention no names, but, you know, you could get, and then there's a few other people Don knows that, that he thinks he's all cool, you know, and and giving up some info that's, interesting to say the least. Interesting. But not White Boy now. No. Yeah, they're pretty much just, um Don's and Candace's last ride. They're riding it out. They're riding it out a little longer right now because they ain't got nobody else to ride out. There's no more Bennies or Dougs or, Shares or any of these people to ride it out with any longer. Um, they got their last bunch, which was Day Day, Jinx, and White Boy, and and they're riding it out because they know it's their last ride, but it's not going to last long from what I'm hearing. You know, it's it's about over with. Um, well, I guess I don't know how. I don't know. I wasn't there. Is the person reliable? Are they like reliable information? Yes, I would say they are. But I guess Don Wells made a statement that the well has ran dry, right? It's ran dry. And that, um, that they're, he's already wanted to pull back. It's Candace. And from my understandings, he even wants to pull back away from Tim Mullins. He's been slowing it down with Tim Mullins too. And, they really have slowed it down a lot with Robin as well. I hear they still show up at the church here and there, but really they're not really socializing, right? Like they did before. They're not really overly socializing, even with Robin. So that's what's going on through the grapevine right now. So I don't know. We'll see. That's just what I'm hearing. Like I said, I wasn't there. I didn't hear it go down. I just, this is just word. This is just a word. So we'll see. We'll see if I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure. I'm pretty sure it's going to go that way, but we'll wait and see. It sounds like Dawn. Don't know why Jerks was telling all that about PG. What was he telling about PG? Who's the Jerks? Don't know why Jinx was telling all that about PG. Are you talking about Jinky's Day Day's sister? Is that who you're talking about? Deb 1414. Are you talking about Jinx? Jinkies, I think she meant. Yeah, I'm thinking she meant Jinkies too. Jinkies needs to keep my name out of her mouth because I really haven't said or done nothing to her or her sister, right? I have, matter of fact, I haven't even been really mentioning them, to be honest. Huh. Well, that's I don't know. Was it good or bad? Right? Was it good or was it bad? That's my next question. So did she was she talking bad? I don't know because see I don't watch them. I don't watch them. It was PG. It was your date of birth and your old woman. All right. I don't know whose date of birth it was, but it sure the hell wasn't mine. All right. It wasn't my date of birth because Jinx and Day Day has no idea who PG is. Every day, every time I come out here, I'm somebody else, right? I'm somebody else. I've got new names, I've got new birthdays, I live in all kinds of different states, right? They have no idea who the hell PG is. They really don't. And I don't think they want to, right? They'll find out, they'll find out how old I am, right? Let them pop up. Let them pop up. They'll learn real quick. Right? They'll learn real fast. I ain't as old as they thought, right? I think they'll learn real fast that they didn't want to really meet me either. I think they learned that as well. Them old hags, man, I'm going to tell you, the haters out here, man, envy, envy. They have like, they have the freaking evil spirits of envy, jealousy, hatred. Boy, they're ate the freak up with it, right? They like old freaking Scrooge, you know. They're like that old Scrooge and his partner, that Marley, all ate up with hatred and envy and all these things because they dislike themselves, right? They're like all humbug. Oh shit. It cracked me the fuck up. Oh damn. It's funny. It's funny that they want to act like I'm so old when I be running circles around their big old asses, right? I mean, PG's been out here, rain, shine, sleet, or snow, right? Every single day for 3 years. I was here every day, even on the 7th, right? For 3 consecutive years because it was important. There was a lot coming out. I just started taking the 7th off again. recently. And I just recently started taking, an extra day here, an extra day there, to spend with my family and, do some things that, you know, I should be doing. So, it's important. But for years, and, since this case started, PG been out here going 90. I didn't see them bitches going 90. They going more like 9. Right? Freaking sitting behind that thing with half of their, with their whole freaking from their nose, their nostrils down, missing, right? Trying to hide that double fucking chin. That's what they were doing. They was trying to hide that double chin. Or else their head's too fucking big to, fit into the camera. I don't know. All I seen was, freaking eyeballs and a nose and then everything else. Everything else, except, when she wanted to raise up and try to turn, some dirty butt hillbilly dude that hasn't took a bath since, last year on by swallowing a banana whole, right? Yeah. Then you got to see, that her big old freaking septic tank come up and swallow that banana down. I'm like, whoa, what the fuck was that? Yeah. She was really deep throating that bitch, right? She was deep throating that thing. I was like, what the fuck? Damn. Man, who the hell's willing to do that? Who the hell's willing to do that to try to get a date? Especially with some dirty butt, backwooded, pants stand up in the corner by themselves, dude that don't work, right? Pulley man, and you have to pay for it, right? You have to swallow fucking bananas whole and pay for it. Try to get him between those thighs. Okay. Okay, I have to agree. That's a job. I have to agree. That is a job. He should be paid for it. Poor that poor dude. That poor dude really should be paid for that, right? Oh shit. Listen, you guys, I can't even get on this tonight. I come in here mellowed out. Now my brownies are kicking in and I got important things to talk about. I can't even get into thinking about this shit. Oh, damn. Oh, God. Shit. Oh. Oh, no. Oh, shoot. I need my gummies, but I'm out. Right, Susanny? I tell you, those gummies ain't as good as my brownies. Right? But anyway, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know whose birthday they're kicking out. Probably Santa Claus, December 25th, right? I don't know, but it sure ain't PG's. I've done. I have to check. I have to check my own, right? I don't mind. I don't mind it when I go to, buy something and they say, "Can we see your ID?" I'm like, "Hell, I'd like to see it too." Oh shit, that's who I am, right? I had I hand my ID to somebody and I forgot to get it back. I'm walking away and they're hollering for me and shit, I'm still walking. They have to take off running and catch up with me. Hey, ain't this your ID? Yeah. Well, I was hollering for you. Hey, it ain't hard to forget who you are, right? When you live in the world I do. Out here in the YouTube world, when people tell you you're somebody else all the time, you don't know who the fuck you are. But I appreciate you returning this ID, right? Forgot who I am for a second. Oh my god. I've been thinking about changing my name, right? To one of those. I've got a lot to choose from now. Why waste it? Right? Why waste it? Oh shit. It cracked me up. Anyway, enough about the freaking turd pop suckers over there, right? That's what they are, turd pop suckers. I don't know where, they get off talking about anybody, right? I don't know where they get off talking about anyone. Uh, when they let a freaking number one suspect in a 5-year-old girl's missing case, right? Sleeping with the little girl in his birthday suit, showering up with her to the point the police even gets called, right? The child screaming, "Help me." And they let him come and put missing children on a Christmas tree? Really? You're going to invite someone that you know all of this stuff about to handle ornaments with other missing children on them? Really? That's disgusting if you ask me. I'm going to tell you, if I had a missing child and they went and put my child on an ornament and allowed someone like Don and Candace Wells to show up to handle those ornaments, I'd be freaking the fuck out. Straight up. I would tell them nasty butt mother freakers, don't ever put my child on an ornament ever again. To let some weirdo like that to be staring at it, touching it, and hanging it up. As far as I know, that's the very weirdo that may have did something. Right? Got a 5-year-old missing little girl of his own. And he's the number one suspect in the case. What the hell is he doing, at a tree lighting for missing children? What the hell is a suspect doing there? That's just creepy weird. right? I don't know. You know, I don't have no respect. I don't have no respect for people who invite people like that to a, ceremony for missing children. That's just nasty. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. Yeah, exactly. I mean, you know, there's a lot of people out there who are registered, right? They're registered RSOs, and there's a lot of them out there that should be. There's a whole lot that should be, right? And when you know that they should be, that's all you need to know. Don't want them around me no more than I would that one that is registered, right? And I sure the hell don't think that they should be allowed to be, you know, joining in on any type of festivities for missing children or any type of festivities where there's going to be children. Just saying. That's my opinion. That's my opinion. Kids ain't safe. If your own damn kids ain't safe with you, then no one else is sure. Other people sure the hell ain't, right? If your own children are not safe with you, then other people's children sure the hell are not safe. That's all I got to say. Oh, yeah. I'm going to let you guys hear this.
Blackout, and these people were creeping around out there on Fred's property about 10 p.m. Bill Bitton had just showed up about 20 minutes ago trying to get some stuff off of Fred, which was already weird because they're not.
There was some creepy people shows up on Fred's property, and this guy named Bill shows up on Fred's property, which is really weird. I don't find it weird at all that people who have affiliated themselves with Fred continue to affiliate themselves with Fred, because everybody that affiliated themselves with Fred was showing up for what? We know what they were showing up for. They were showing up because he had his lab, right? Because he had his lab out there, manufacturing. He was manufacturing out there.
Like, cool like that. Like, Fred, it was just weird. He hadn't been there in a month. Fred already has mentioned that to me as odd. And then he mentioned to me how after about 20 minutes of Bill being there, suddenly Fred noticed somebody creeping out in the woods.
Come across from the backside.
And Fred snuck to see what was going on because he could see the shadows or whatever, right?
Oh my goodness. Fred seeing shadow people again. Fred seeing the shadow people again.
Bill Bitton freaks out, right?
Yeah, after that gunshot.
Yeah, because they had a gun.
Oh, they did.
By the way, guys, they were whoever these people are came armed, looking for fucking trouble.
They came up there looking for trouble. Yeah, right.
Bad place to come looking for trouble.
Yeah, you did not have permission to be on that property. You guys got ballsy, you fucking idiots, listening to each other. This is exactly what happens when you have no fucking backbone and you're weak as fuck.
Oh my God. For really, Ziggy? Really? Weak as F? I tell you what I call weak. They will never know who you are, and it is hurting so bad. Oh well, PG is here to find summer, so let them keep on guessing. Right? Right? I appreciate that, Sad Eyes. God bless, girl. I appreciate the support for Summer's channel. God bless. Yeah, they can keep on keeping on, right? I'm always amused. I always wonder who they're going to call me next, right? That's what I always say. I'm like, next. What other innocent person are they going to terrorize, right? Are they going to terrorize trying to say that it's PG, right? I mean, I really think they're picking names and shit out of the phone book, right? They're picking names out of the phone book. Freaking weirdos. Cracks me up, though. It is amusing. It is amusing. Oh, absolutely, Molly. And I appreciate you, girlfriend, for putting that out. Sad Eyes, thank you so much for supporting the channel. And Summer Wells, it is very much appreciated. It sure is, Molly. God bless. Thank you. Anyway, yeah. Listen to Ziggy. Listen to this crap.
And you go along with a group. You make dumbass decisions.
Dumbass decisions. Weak and dumbass decisions. Oh God. Wow. I'm going to tell you what I call weak, Ziggy. I call weak is not getting off your ass, getting a fucking job, and working every day to support your own ass and your child. That's what I call weak. I call weak when you sit behind a computer and expect all these people out here to pay your freaking bills so you can continue to sit on your ass. That's weak. And what I call, bad choice and bad decisions is what you did by going down to Ben Hill Road and pulling a criminal home. Not only pulling him home into your house, but marrying him up so he's even harder to get rid of, right? You marry it up. He's also a #1 suspect in a little girl's disappearance, and he's also a suspect in Cotton Simpson's demise at Laurel Run Park, right? And you go pulling him home around your child because that's just who you are, and you make good decisions, right? And you make good decisions. I think, I don't think you have no room to talk about people making fucked up decisions, to be perfectly honest, right? Wow. She's a space case.
Which one of you guys is the one that got, Fred said I've even talked about this. He went to hit a home run that night. He said, somebody.
Oh, did he hit a home run that night? This is the part I want you guys to listen to. Did he hit a home run that night? Listen to this.
Left with a headache, like a splitter. Who was it? Fred can only tell make alpha lose women or men. He said he saw there was like 5 figures.
3 stayed up high, 2 come down low.
Yeah, 2. There was 3 up, like higher, farther away, 2 closer.
And the lead one's one that got it.
And then Fred went as soon as one like kind of got close to Fred, like and didn't see Fred. Fred was just waiting for him to come close to him. And he took this solid aluminum, 3/4 of an inch thick, 3-foot long pipe and hit a home run with the person. Made that freaking person's head a fucking baseball and hit a home run.
That's when they shot when they trying to.
And then they lost their balance and they shot off their gun.
Trying to regain their balance.
And then isn't that when actually Bill Benton took off? Bill starts screaming and takes off. So I kind of wonder, did he see you guys and was suspicious because of what just occurred? And yes, Fred did drive down there, but he only went to the end of Ben Hill. That was after Bill left. Fred did drive down to the end of Ben Hill to see what he could see, but Bill had already left.
And the vehicle he was in was about, should have been not from right there,
What do you mean?
because he was in his boss's truck.
Oh, so he was supposedly in his.
So that could have been
Bill Benton was supposedly in a truck.
No, he said Bill Benton was in his boss's truck. He said Bill Benson was in his boss's truck. Ziggy totally, did you see her skip over the fact that Bill was in his boss's truck? So Bill works. Bill is a working man. She said he was in a truck. No, he was in his boss's truck. That's what Fred said in the background. I heard it clear as day. He said he was in his boss's truck. Listen.
To see what you could see. But Bill had already left.
And the vehicle he was in was about, should have been not from right there,
What do you mean?
because he was in his boss's truck.
He was in his boss's truck that night, but listen to her. She ain't going to tell you he's in the boss's truck. Listen to her.
Oh, so he was supposedly in his.
So that could have been
Bill Benton was supposedly in a truck.
Supposedly in a truck. Right? I'm going to tell you. If I didn't know better, if I didn't know, as fast as she's talking and unable to comprehend everything, I mean, you know, she's kind of erratic, right? She's kind of erratic. Kind of disassociated, right? She's disassociated with everything because, you know, it's like she's moving at a speed of light. I'd say, you know, if I had to guess, I'd say she's fucked up on something. That's just my opinion. My opinion is she's messed up on something. I don't know what. But, you know, like she's real, you know, she's real guinea. She's real guinea. She's, you know, she, you know, the rest of her's moving faster than her brain. That's what I'm saying. You know, I mean, that's my guess. That's my guess. If you ask me, like she's flying fucking high on something.
What color truck?
I don't really remember that.
You guys, this is one of Don Wells' like drinking buddy, like big time buddies.
Yeah.
And it
Don
really
Wells
makes
was
me wonder because a lot of people, Bill Benton is one of the people that Fred told me to talk to, like when I first met him. If I, you know, for him, like because he was hanging around the Wells a lot.
Don's want to give him the name Wild Bill.
Yeah. Don nicknamed Bill Benton Wild Bill. So were you really chased by?
Now, I'm not for sure, but this Bill Benton, if it's the same one, if it's Billy Joe Benton, the same one. He was in jail back in 99. Didn't, you know, for unliving someone. But he didn't get much time. He got out like in 4 years, 6 months, something like that. He got out in about 2003, close to 2004. He's like 62 years old now. He would have been about 59 when Summer went missing. All right. He's an old codger, like 59 when Summer went missing. So, you know, if that's the same Bill Benton, you know, if this is the same one we're talking about.
This guy or by him, or was he really trying to help you guys, help distract Fred for you? Is that what he was doing? Was he distracting Fred for you? Did Don hook you guys up with Bill Bitten? Thinking that, Fred wouldn't think anything of it because, Fred knows Bill.
I would think that if Bill Benton was bringing someone up there to Fred's place, he wouldn't hide them, right? I think when Bill got there, to talk with Fred, he just said, hey, I met these guys down the road, it's so and so and so and so, and they wanted to, Don said to bring them down here. They wanted to talk with you. I mean, why would this Bill guy want to bring 4 other people down there, spread them out all over Fred's dirty fucking property, right? I mean, that ran down. Hold on. Look at this place. This is Fred's place. This is what Fred's this is the fucking no trespass place, right? Look at this. This is worse than Sanford and Son, right? At least Sanford and Son had a nice house. Look at this. Look at the garbage. Like, who the hell would go up here? I mean, this place looks booby-trapped. Look at it. Look at this. Oh my gosh. I mean, like, you would hurt yourself. You don't need nobody to hurt you. You'd hurt your damn self going around there. What the fuck? This place is so unsafe. Look at that. I think he's got poo-poo barrel. Wait a minute. Go back. I think I have seen a poo-poo barrel out there. Oh, I think it is. Right there. Right there's one of those barrels. I think they all poop in a barrel, roll it down the mountain. Damn. I'm pretty sure that's what it was. Did you guys see it? Blue? It looked blue. And it looked like it had a rusty lid on it. Yeah. Oh my gosh, he got a shopping cart. Look at that. Those boys stole a shopping cart from the freaking store. Look, wait a minute. Let's go back. There it is. Look. Dang. He got a shopping cart. For real? Oh man, that ain't American. I think there's an American flag. Why are you waving a flag when you be still an American shopping cart? Oh damn. And look, there's a clothes bag. What the fuck's the clothes basket doing out there? Look at that. Look at that. Oh my gosh, what else is there? Hold on, I gotta see this. I gotta see this. I don't even know what's back there. Oh my goodness. Look at that. What the hell is that right there? Is that where they cook their food? This looks like a big tent instead of a freaking, what the hell is this place? What the hell is it? I don't even know. The basket's outside. There's something else back there. It looks like little bitty stools for him to sit down on while they take the wheels off the shopping cart. I don't know. And this looks like a cardboard box. And I think they might have had an old water cooler out there, but somebody turned it upside down. What the hell is this? And I think it looks like somebody might be back here with their head stuck in a window. Oh wow, it does. It looks like there's somebody in there. It looks like somebody's in there in the corner right here. I don't know. I have to blow that up and look, but it really does. It looks like somebody with like a hoodie on, sticking their head into whatever the hell's back there. Maybe that's a camper. But if it's a camper, somebody put a big old hole in the wall. It looks like somebody's standing there looking in. You guys see it? Oh yeah, it's a pigsty. And I think that like they stole the top off of a grill. They did something. They got some kind of makeshift something right there on on that big old whatever the hell it is. I'm not sure what that is. That's some funky stuff. Oh, and it looks like they got an extension cord running across the ground. Looks like there's an extension cord or some kind of cord running across the... Oh, he probably trying to trip somebody. Yeah. It looked like a rope laying on the ground across there. Like he's going to try to trip somebody. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah, that's his penthouse. I'd be damned. Look at this. What the hell's out there? Oh, look, it looks like another one of them. Looks like another one of those, I'm not sure. Looks like another rusty barrel. Or one hell of a big piece of wood, right? Like a half of a tree log. I ain't for sure which one it is. Look at this. Man, scumbuckets. And look, I ain't for sure, but it looked like a washer and dryer out there sitting in the fucking middle of nowhere. How the hell you gonna wash your clothes out there? I don't even know. I don't even know, you guys. I don't even know what all this stuff is. That's some real garbage. Who the hell dragged all this stuff home? Oh, he's got a gas can. Ooh, that's gross. Look, somebody's freaking clothes out there. Somebody's clothes on the ground too. Look at that. I ain't even know what the hell that is. Oh, that's the crick, I think. That's the crick. Yep. Looked like he hung a mirror up, so I don't know why. Maybe he shaves. Maybe he shaves in the crick. Look at this place. I mean, the whole place only got one side. It looks like somebody crawls underneath it to get in there. Look at that. It looks like you have to crawl underneath it to get in there. I don't even know. That tree looks like it's ready to uproot and fall too. Damn. Wow. Did you guys see that? Oh my goodness. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, if he goes back to court, they should fine him for turning this place into a dump. Look at that. What the hell is wrong with these people? Why does all of them got all this garbage all over the place? They all have garbage everywhere. I mean, that's a freaking health hazard, right? That's a health hazard. That's disgusting. Yeah, because they be out there, I guess you have to have lots of things to set up your lab and, and get the manufacturing, that stuff that gets the people coming, right? And then when they get there, Fred starts seeing shadow people. Sounds like he fires off a gun, scares the guy away, right? How weird is that? Oh, I'm sorry, Bill. I was seeing shadow people. Right? I don't know. That's just weird.
This was November of 2022.
When Bill left, he would more likely went across the mountain.
When Bill left, he would have went across the mountain.
Now, did you hear that? Did you hear Fred say if Bill left, he would have went across the mountain? Put a one in the chat if you remember him saying that cotton would have went across the mountain. Put a one in the chat if you remember Fred saying that cotton would have went across the mountain. Because I remember him talking about cotton going across the mountain too. Absolutely. And Bill went across the mountain also. Bill would be going across the mountain too. Now, when I listened to this, I don't believe I don't believe that Bill showed up there with with five shadow people running around on Fred's property. I think it's bullshit. Put a 2 in the chat if you think it's bullshit. Stick a 2 in the chat if you think it's bullshit. Because I really think it's bullshit. Yeah, exactly, Ronald. Exactly. I do. I think it's total freaking BS if I've ever seen BS in my freaking life. It's supposed to happen in 2022. 2022. Domwell supposed to send, yeah, when pigs fly. Exactly. I think it's bullshit. I really do. When I heard this story, and I heard the similarities between what he's saying and Cotton Simpson's case, it seemed to me like Fred was telling us more of the Cotton Simpson story than he was, about anything else. It's like he intertwined. It's like he made up this shit on his property in order to tell the Cotton Simpson story. Put a one in the chat if that's what put a 1 in the chat if that's what you think. Because listen to this again. Listen to this again, you guys.
On Fred's property about 10 p.m. Bill Benton had just showed up about 20 minutes ago trying to get some stuff off of Fred, which was already weird.
Okay. Cotton Simpson, the day Cotton Simpson was on live, he showed up at Fred's, right? He did. He showed up at Fred's. Matter of fact, he was, partying out with Fred and Laura that day, right? He was partying out with them. He was up there the whole day partying out with them. He had got up, right? Got dressed, got him something to eat, went to the bank. He had stopped by a gas station, got a bunch of cigarettes. It was in the middle of his car seat. And then, he stopped and talked to some other people, some other witnesses that seen the cigarettes and knew he had the money, and he told them he was going up to Fred's and Laura's, and that's where he went. He went to Fred and Laura's. There was other people, who had talked with him that day, close to him. And that's where he was when his cell phone call, when he answered his cell phone, or FaceTimed or whatever the hell he did. Where are you at? He was up at Fred and Laura's partying with them. So there is, everybody knows where he was the day he became online. He was up there, pretty late, right? Pretty late. And then he's found online that the next day. But he was online. He was online at night at Laurel Run Park, inside Laurel Run Park at night. He was online. They found him the next day. Now, and he was with Fred and Laura that whole day. He'd been partying down with them before he supposedly left and went home, right? He was with Fred and Laura. Okay. It's funny that these guys came up there really late at night. And it's really funny that Cotton Simpson was ended up on alive really late at night. It's funny that Cotton Simpson, uh, had a big, a big gash in the back of his head, right? That nobody knew about but Fred. Fred's the only one that knew about Cotton Simpson's big gash in the back of his head, which, they feel was the blow that, the force blow that, made him become unlived. Nobody else knew about that. It's funny that, Fred's talking about taking a pipe and using somebody's head for a baseball, right? Because isn't that exactly what happened to Cotton? Put a 1 in the chat if you feel that's exactly what happened to Cotton. Because in my opinion, yes. In my opinion, absolutely. And it happened at night. It seems like there's a whole lot of similarities in this damn bullshit story that's adding up with Cotton Simpson, right? Just saying, you guys. I'm just saying. I can't believe Fred's saying this shit. I can't believe he's saying it. And I can't believe he's saying it. Why? Because it's adding up to Cotton Simpson, exactly what happened to Cotton. It's kind of like telling on your damn self, right? I mean, this is like telling everybody exactly what went down. If you ask me, because, we're not going to believe a bunch of shadow peoples up there running around and big brave Fred is hiding in the shadows waiting for him to come close so he can clobber them, right? In the head. And spill the beans out of them, right? And not only that, but if you got 5 people, if you got 5 shadow people running around your property and one of them has a weapon and there's 5, oh, you're just going to hit the right one. You're just going to, at the right moment, swing your freaking pipe and get the one that actually has the weapon, right? And you don't call Popo, right? You don't call Popo. You don't call nobody. There's 5 of these people. There's no way you could have drugged the one off and made them disappear because the other ones would have told. Right? The other ones all got away. They would have told. So there's no way you could have done that. And if you hit somebody that violently with a steel pipe, well, they're either going to need one hell of a good doctor or they're going to need an undertaker, right? Like Cotton did. I mean, there's no police reports of this. There's no evidence, I mean, if you hit somebody that hard, there's definitely going to be, blood type, a DNA on the pipe to find out who in the hell was up there, who got hit. And there's no, no trail, no kind of trail of paperwork with law enforcement of this. I think it's bullshit. I think it's bullshit because I'm going to tell you, if you beam somebody that hard, if you was to beam someone that hard, I hate to say it, they still going to be there. They're going to still be there in the morning, right? They ain't no way. You just can't get hit that hard. and not end up at a hospital? No way in hell. I don't know. I don't know about, narcotics, but I think Fred needs to be on some psychiatric stuff, I think old boy's like got some real mental issues going on. What I'm saying is he sees flying monkeys, he sees shadow people, right? He makes up big fucking stories that seem to be not what happened on his property, but what happened in Laurel Run Park, right? I mean, put a 2 in the comments if you think he's more telling Cotton's story. Put a 2 in the comments if you think that the story he's making up didn't happen on his property. It happened in Laurel Run Park. Because that's what I think. That's exactly what I think, you guys. That's my opinion. That's what I'm talking about. Some of this stuff, and then this guy wanting to separate himself, right? He wanting to separate himself from that junkyard where we all know that's where from day one he was saying he went, right? That he was hauling cars, that they went out of their lake to haul that car to the junkyard. We know he said that from day one, right? And that's what I'm talking about. What can I say? Yeah, I agree. And it's funny that, a couple different people who had seen Cotton were also friends with Fred and Laura. And there was a couple of people said that Fred and Laura was smoking Cotton's brand of cigarettes, that they seen them after what happened to Cotton. They actually seen Fred and Laura, because all of his cigarettes came up missing out of the middle of the car, along with all of his money that was on him as well. It all came up missing. And they said they saw Fred and Laura smoking those cigarettes. Now, I don't know. I wasn't there. But allegedly, some of these people who had seen Cotton knew he had all those cigarettes and what brand they was, had seen Fred and Laura smoking them up. Right? So I don't know. I mean, this is what I'm hearing through the grapevine. And I'm telling you, who I talk to is very, very, very close to Cotton Simpson. Very close. I mean, reach out and touch you, Mr. Cotton Simpson. That's how close. So, I don't know. And I also heard that, that Cotton had told some people really close to him that Fred Heel, had Summers, as hard as it is for me to say this, supposedly Summers, head up there in a box. That's what was said. That's what was said. Was Cotton lying about that? I don't know. I don't know. Because he's, you know, he did end up unalived, right? He did end up unalived. Did he end up unalived because he knew something about Summer's case? Did he end up unalived because he did see? Because he did see something? He did know something? It's a very good possibility. Now Laura told me that Cotton was becoming a problem for Fred. That's what Laura told me. She said after that little girl went missing, that's what she calls Summer, that little girl. Laura said after that little girl went to missing, Cotton Simpson started coming around here all the time. And he was becoming a problem for Fred. That's what she told me. Straight up. That's exactly Laura's words. That is exactly her words. So, did Fred, was Cotton Simpson becoming a bugaboo because he did know something about Summer's case that involved Fred? Was he coming up there feeling that Fred should, compensate him, with free stuff, with some good free stuff to keep his mouth shut? Was Fred getting tired of, giving shit away, free, or putting up with Cotton because of what he did know? And just decided, it was time to get rid of him? Right? I mean, an unlive person can't talk, right? And an unlive person can't come around no more. And an unlive person can't be a problem, right? A problem that Fred felt he had up until Cotton was online. Yeah, I think you're right, Story. I think he was running his mouth, and I honestly do think that Fred might have spilled the beans. He might have even, Cotton may have seen something. Cotton may have seen something. I mean, Fred strikes me as the type, Fred strikes me as the type who would, if he'd done a favor for somebody, he strikes me as the type that, would want to keep collateral, right? He strikes me as the type that would want something to keep something, a part of, a bargaining chip. I think he would like to keep a bargaining chip, right? If you say anything, I'm going to put this out. If you come after me or try to do anything to me, I'm going to put this out, right? What I'm saying is, I truly believe that, they may have kept a part of Summer as a bargaining chip, as insurance, right? As insurance. Or they felt it was insurance. They felt that it was insurance to, you know, keep someone from trying to do them the way Summer was done, you know, or maybe to use later, to maybe extort someone to get more, more than what they already had gotten. I don't know. I don't know. I just know that Cotton supposedly had told 2 or 3 people really close to him, really, really close to him. And he told them not to say a word, not to say nothing, right? It was very dangerous to not say nothing. But Fred supposedly showed him up on Fred's property. He said it was up on Fred's property that in a box up on Fred's property, Fred had showed him a part of Summer in that box. And he was shook from what these, I was told that this man was really shook over what he had seen. He was like freaking terrified what he had seen. He didn't want to see it. And he was really scared after that something might happen to him because he saw it. And something did happen to him, right? And the only one to seem to know that he had been, knocked really good in the back of his noggin was Fred Hill. Go figure. And then Fred's talking about, using someone's head for a baseball with a big lead pipe. When we know that shit ain't true on his property. But we do know it is true that at Laurel Run Park, after dark, it seems like someone used Cotton's head for a baseball, right? We do know that. And that's true, Carrie. That's true, Carrie Ann. Hunter was very shook. Hunter was very shook after that fishing or swimming trip, right? It's supposed to have been fishing. It was supposed to be fishing, but somehow turned into swimming. But a 15-year-old boy, man, I'm going to tell you something. This kid was 15 years old. If you're sitting in a back seat, if you are sitting in a back seat at 15 years old with someone that is unalived, you're going to be freaking shook too, right? You're going to be shook. I mean, when you reach your destination where you can get out of that car and, a safe destination where you can get out of that car and run into your house, you're going to be shook. You're going to be real fucked up. It's going to take time. It's going to take time for you to process what the hell just all went down, right? It's going to take you time to be sitting there. Like, it's going to feel like a dream, right? It's going to feel like a freaking nightmare. I mean, you're going to be like, you know, oh my God, was that shit real or was not real, right? I can't believe this all went down so fast. I'm sitting back here at my house. What the hell happened? You're going to be shook. That's some scary stuff right there. 15 years old, stuck in a back seat. Oh my God. And that would be bad. That would be very, very bad. Have to look at that. Yeah. That would definitely be, you know, that would definitely be mental trauma for life. That would be mental trauma for life. I mean, that's something you won't ever be able to overcome. It's going to forever be with you, right? Like you're going to relive that day in your head a million times because, because it's like Christmas. It's like Christmas. You remember, I bet if I asked that you right now to tell me one gift that you really wanted at Christmas and you didn't get, I bet you could tell me. I bet you could tell me one gift that you did not get that you truly wanted at Christmas. I bet you 10 to 1. Everyone here could tell me something they really, really wanted and they didn't get it. And it stuck with them. All their life, it stuck with them that Santa didn't bring it. But I'm going to tell you something. I bet you don't remember. I bet you don't remember all the good gifts you got. I bet you don't remember, all the good stuff. I bet you don't remember what you got in your stocking that year. But you remember the gift you didn't get. And that's the thing. See, bad memories stick with us. The bad stuff. Man, that shit is like branded. It's like branded in your brain. Right? You don't forget bad stuff. Good stuff's easy to forget. Like very little good stuff you remember. But you remember all the bad shit. You remember all the people that did you wrong. You remember the Christmas presents you didn't get. You remember, all the bad stuff. You remember, people who were mean to you at work, people who were mean to you at school, people who were mean to you on the street. You remember all the bad. I'm going to tell you. I bet you 10 to 1. H ain't going to ever forget going to that swimming hole that day. Because that shit, in my opinion, was all bad. All bad. Just saying. Did Cotton Simpson know something? I don't know. But this, what they're talking about right here tells the story of Cotton Simpson. I'm going to let you listen to it again. I'm going to let you guys listen to it again.
And these people were creeping around out there on Fred's property about 10 p.m. Bill Bitton had just showed up about 20 minutes ago trying to get some stuff off of Fred, which was already weird because they're not like cool like that. Like Fred, it was just weird. He hadn't been there in a month. Fred already has mentioned it to me as odd. And then he mentioned to me how after about 20 minutes of Bill being there, suddenly Fred noticed somebody creeping out in the woods.
Come across from the backside.
And Fred snuck to see what was going on because he could see the shadows or whatever, right? Bill Bitton freaks out, right?
Yeah, after that gunshot.
Yeah, because they had a gun, by the way, guys. They were whoever these people are came armed, looking for fucking trouble.
That's a bad place to come, looking for trouble.
Yeah, you did not have permission to be on that property. You guys got ballsy, you fucking idiots, listening to each other. This is exactly what happens when you have no fucking backbone and you're weak as fuck. And you go along with a group. You make dumbass decisions. Which one of you guys is the one that got, Fred said I've even talked about this. He went to hit a home run that night. He said, somebody left with a headache, like a splitter. Who was it? Fred couldn't make out if it was women or men. He said he saw there was like 5 figures.
3 stayed up high, 2 come down low.
Yeah, 2. There was 3 up, like higher, farther away, 2 closer.
And the lead one's one that got it.
And then Fred went, as soon as one like kind of got close to Fred, like, and didn't see Fred. Fred was just waiting for him to come close to him. And he took this solid aluminum, 3/4 of an inch thick, 3-foot long pipe and hit a home run with the person. Made that freaking person's head a fucking baseball and hit a home run.
Wow. Wow. I'm going to tell you something. If Cotton Simpson was my uncle, or he was my brother, or my cousin, or anything to me, this right here would be hard as fucking hell to listen to. This would be hard as hell to listen to. Why? Because Fred Hill took a lie detector test and did not pass it. He did not pass it, right? As to his involvement with Cotton Simpson. And what does that tell you? What does it tell you? It tells me, and this is my opinion, that he had all to do with it. I also know that Fred Hill had already had shot a man on his property, right? The man came up there. He had a child in the vehicle with him. And Fred Hill had no problem shooting that man. Now, what the fuck would he be outside with a steel pipe for on his property when Fred Hill owns guns, right? But he's going to bring a steel pipe to a gunfight. That's bullshit. That is total fucking bullshit. I'm going to tell you something. Nothing like that went down on his property, because they would have been documentation to it. There would have been a steel pipe with somebody's mother freaking DNA all over it. You can't hit somebody that hard and not get DNA. Matter of fact, you hit somebody that hard, you're going to have freaking hair, skin, and a good healthy amount of the shit vampires love, right? On that pipe. Just saying. Just saying. I personally, it's my opinion that he's talking about what went down in Laurel Run Park, not on his property. He wouldn't have had a steel pipe on his property. He'd have had a gun, just like he did before, to protect himself with. He would have been calling law enforcement, or Laura would have been. And they'd have definitely been law enforcement out there, seeing if they could find someone who needed help. Because hitting someone that hard, they would, like I said, they would have needed a damn good doctor or an undertaker. Well, Cotton Simpson needed an undertaker. And he seemed to be the one that had his head used as a baseball, right? By some type of object. I think we probably don't have to think about what that object was anymore, if you ask me. Right? And I think what, Ziggy was saying should be turned into Hawkins County law enforcement in the Cotton Simpson's case. Because I would like to know myself if the gash in the back of Cotton, if I was his family, I would be turning this in to Hawkins County law enforcement, and I would be wanting to know if the gash in the back of his head matched up to a metal pipe being used, right? That's what I would want to know. Just saying. I would want to know that. Hey, Sad Eyes, I appreciate that, girl. Super sticker. All right. And Starry, I appreciate it. God bless. Super sticker. Amen. Absolutely. I appreciate that. But yeah, I definitely would want to know. Yeah, Tennessee can't make. I agree with you, Abigail. I do. I agree with you, girl. Tennessee's got the worst, if you ask me, it's my opinion, the worst law enforcement. The worst law enforcement probably in the United States, right? Like, their law enforcement sucks. It totally and utterly, and I'm talking about across the board. I would like to say Hawkins County or, this county or that county, over in Sullivan or over here. But no, I'm talking about it just totally and utterly sucks, right? It just sucks, period. All the way across from one end to the other. It's because they don't want to do their job. I think so too. I do. When I heard this, I'm like, oh my God, I can't even believe he's saying it. This is so adding up to Cotton's case, right? It's like he's telling the story to get it off his chest, but in a roundabout way that it won't, he thinks people won't catch on to it. I was like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, I'm like, I'm going to go out and let everybody hear this one. I'm going to bring this to the table because it needs brought to the table, right? It needs brought to the table. We've got a 5-year-old little girl missing, and we need to understand how sinister these people are, because this little girl needs to be found, brought home, and justice served. And we have got to do all we can to get the answers to that. We have to do all we can, and we got to know what we're dealing with, right? We got to know what we're dealing with to get the answers we need for summer. And I'm going to tell you, man, it's not getting better. It's getting worse, right? Wow. I don't think we knew how sinister these people were. The more we dig into this, the more we find how disgusting these people are, how evil they are, how freaking cold-blooded they are, right? They are fucking calculus. It's horrible. It's I don't know. I don't know, you guys. But yeah. You heard it for yourself. Right out of their mouths. Right out of their mouths. I'm going to go ahead and continue to let you hear the rest of what these people have to say. And why the hell is Ziggy? Why the fuck is Ziggy going along with this shit? Why is she going along? Why is she sitting there like, oh, Fred, so innocent. Everybody else is the one that's guilty. I can't believe that no one is listening to Fred. Like, we are trying to tell the truth. What the fuck? Really? Nobody just won't listen. Are you fucking shitting me? Girl, you done went and you done married your ass up a freaking convict. You done went and married your ass up a freaking lab maker, right? A freaking lab making, manufacturing, distributing user of it as well. Messed up case human being. You done freaking went and married up with somebody that done went down. And did he give a crap about the little kid in the vehicle? No. He just bluntly, shoots the guy. Luckily, he didn't die. Because he didn't like him sitting down in front of his property. He just goes down there, to a car that's got a man and a child in it, starts up a bunch of shit, and shoots the dude. And he's a fucking hero. He's a fucking hero instead of a moron, right? And you bring that into your house. You bring somebody in the home around you and your daughter that has no problem. He has no problem unliving people, it seems like, right? No problem. And you got him up in your house. You're married to that shit. He's a suspect in another man's freaking unliving in Laurel Run Park, Cotton Simpson. He's a suspect in the Summer Moon Utah Wells case, right? He's a suspect in that. You bring him to your house around your daughter. Oh my God, I don't even know. Y'all. And then sit there and talk about how somebody set him up. Oh man, listen to this. Listen to this bullshit.
So yeah, basically somebody planted meth making items on Fred's property, and it wasn't mentioned because it's whoever would mention it is, if they knew about it, then obviously that's kind of like we were talking about Cotton Simpson. Why Fred was questioned on that and why they gave him polygraph on that was because he knew information that wasn't released to the public, that he had got off it.
Like the big gash in the back of his head. Using his head up for a baseball, as you put it, Ziggy, right? And he failed the polygraph, Ziggy. He failed it. Wow. And I'm telling you, him and Laura both were addicts, right? They were addicts. They both are drug addicts. They were mother freaking not only manufacturing that stuff, but they was also distributing it and they were using it. The damn lab on his property was the lab that he put together. He was manufacturing from and he was distributing from. That's why his ass got put in jail. Ziggy. Nobody went up there and planted a damn thing, and you know it. You need to stop. You don't need to stop lying to us, Ziggy. You need to stop lying to your damn self. And you are not that stupid. You would like for all these people out here to believe that you're that fucking stupid, and you're not. You're not. And you know what? I think everybody's starting to realize you ain't stupid at all. You're just evil. You're just evil. And you do not care about the well-being of yourself, nor do you care about the well-being of your child. You don't care about anything. And that is a problem. That is a problem. Because people like you who are evil and feel like you can handle all this stuff, and you don't care how evil someone else is because you're evil yourself, you make a mistake by bringing people like Fred into your life. Because I'm going to tell you, Fred's way more evil than you could ever get. You don't even know. You don't know what you have just drug into your home. You're going to find out. You're sure to hell going to find out. And let us hope you don't end up like No Cottons, right? Let's hope you don't. Nor your daughter. Nor your daughter.
A certain person, which he had told law enforcement, obviously, when they asked where he got it from. But he had known about, can I say? Am I allowed to say? Like, he had known about a gash in the back of Cotton's head that nobody knew about, and it wasn't released. So basically, if you knew that, you were probably, basically, whoever knew that would.
Yeah. His sister took $27K while he was in jail. Where the hell would he get $27K from? Right? Where would he get $27K from? Oh, I tell you where he gets all that from. Where he gets it from was Cotton coming up there, and and Billy's coming up there, and a whole lot of other people coming up there, right? Because he was a distributor. He was a distributor. People don't come to your house just to, people don't sure to hell don't come to Ben Hill Road. They sure to hell don't, risk coming into freaking, radiated poo-poo lane, right? For nothing. They ain't coming up there just to shoot the shit. They're coming up there to get some shit. That's what they're doing. And that's where the money's coming in, right?
Yeah, but the person, that told Fred that the information came from is like their number one suspect.
I'm going to tell you who their number one suspect is, and it is Fred. It is Fred, but law enforcement sucks so bad in Tennessee, they ain't going to ever catch nobody that did nothing, right? They ain't going to catch nobody. They motherfucking can't, catch their own ass if they's about to fall. And so how the hell are they going to catch anybody else, right? It's sad. It's sad. That's my opinion. I'm going to keep it. Hey, Starry, I appreciate it. Super sticker. All right, girl. I appreciate that. I appreciate the support for Summer's channel. God bless. But absolutely, it's just how it is. I'm going to tell you, Ziggy knows what's up. Ziggy was up there. She knows what the fuck was up. She's not stupid at all. She plays stupid. Ziggy loves to play stupid because she thinks that sucks people in to mother freaking give her, what she wants. And that's to empty out some old ladies, some old women's life savings, right? That's what she works on. How old are you? Oh, you're retired? You got a big savings account? Oh, let me talk to you behind the scenes. Right? Because I need a car. Right? I need door dashes. I need this and I need that. I'll pay you back. I need to pay rent. I mean, I've had my own people in this chat. I have had my own people hit me up and tell me, did you know Ziggy hit me up and asked me if I could pay her rent? I'm like, what? Yeah, she wanted to know if I could pay her rent. She said she'd pay it back. I said, what'd you say? What did you tell her? I had to tell her no. I was like, damn, you're smart, right? Oh my God. I can't believe it. I've had other people hit me up, right? Ziggy's asking me, ask me for this or ask me for that. I tell them, did you tell her no? Did you tell her no? That's what you need to tell her. If you didn't, that's what you should. Did you tell her to get a fucking job? Exactly, Rachel. Get a job. I know it's a dirty word to a lot of people, but you know what? We all have to suffer, right? We all have to suffer. I don't like, job. That's a dirty word to me too. I don't like it, but I have to do it, right? Life ain't about what you like. It's about what you got to do. You got to put on, your big girl bloomers or your big boy shorts, and you got to get out there and you got to make a living, right? Because if you don't work, you don't eat. Just the way it is. And Ziggy needs to learn that. She's been eating off of everybody else's tables. She needs to learn how to put food on her own. Because at some point, there's not going to be anybody's table to be eaten off of anymore, right? And she needs to learn to put food on her own table. And she ain't going to learn that till people stop putting it on there for her. Just saying. That's all I'm trying to say. Exactly. Man, I'm going to tell you what, I don't like to hear the alarm clock go off. I don't like to drag my ass out of bed, right? I wish it was Saturday and Sunday every day. I love Saturday and Sunday. I love sleeping in. I love going out to get brunch. I love, doing what I want to do all day, right? And not thinking about anything else. Sure I do. But come Monday, baby, it's back to the grindstone, right? It's back to doing what's got to be done. If I want food on my table, a roof over my head, clothes on mine and my kids' backs, I gotta get the fuck up. I got to freaking, start getting it. You gotta shit and get it, baby. That's just the way it is. Nobody's gonna be handing you nothing. And I'm gonna tell you, I like working. I like corresponding with other people. I like getting a paycheck. I like getting, the Christmas bonus, right? The Thanksgiving bonuses, the freaking, all the holiday bonuses. I like getting the holidays off. I like getting my vacations. I like to be able to go to the store and, put food in the refrigerator. I like to put clothes, on my kids' backs, on my own back. I like to be able to buy things. Absolutely. I like to be able to, afford to pay my bills. I love it. But most of all, I love meeting, talking and meeting and intermixing with a lot of different people. I mean, the weekends and everything's great, and the holidays are great, and the vacation's great. But I'm going to tell you something. Man, to live like that all the time, I think could get pretty damn boring, if you ask me, right? I think you get pretty boring. I mean, when you're working, you got something to do all the time. You got something to look forward to. You get up and you get to intermix with a lot of other people. You get, you meet a lot of good people in your life, and it's, it's amazing, because that's really what life's about. It's not about, all these things you have or all these things you can afford. Life is really about having other people, connections with all these different people, that make your life worth living. It's who you have, not what you have. And I absolutely, I love my job. I love, you know, I love going to church. I love, I love doing all the things that I do. I'm a people person. As crazy as that sounds, I am a people person. I like people. I like humans. Not evil ones. I don't like evil ones. Gotta keep that shit away from me. But I'm going to tell you something. This handful of evil people out here in this world, and they're fucking it up for the rest of us. They're screwing it up for all the rest of us in this life, right? They really are. They're messing it up. I mean, right now, all these, this handful of evil people have all of us, being looked at like thieves and everything else, right? We're getting watched. We're getting watched all the time by Big Brother and whoever the hell else is, roaming around wherever we shop or go. And we're being watched all the time. You're basically, the whole world's getting labeled as a thief because of a handful of evil fucking people who are. So we're all getting treated like that. And, that's, to me, that's unacceptable. That's unacceptable because, I don't have to go spend the time. I don't have to go spend the time, right? I don't have to do a thief's time in prison. Why in the hell am I, why in the hell am I being labeled like one? Why do I have to, feel like I'm wearing a freaking sign of one on my back? Oh, can we look in your cart, please? Can we see your receipt? I tell you what you could do with that receipt, right? Because I don't like mother freaking, I don't like being checked like that because of this handful of evil fucks in this world. When you go to the airport, you get checked from head to fucking toe. Why? Because a handful of evil people caused everybody to have to go through hell, right? And it's not right. It's not right. And if our law would do what they need to do, well, we wouldn't have to go through all of this because, if the law was doing their job, the thieves would be off the street. The evil people would be off the street. And everything would be safe. And we wouldn't have to be living in some fucking bubble the way we are, being mistreated when we have done nothing to be mistreated for, right? Just saying. This is, how bad, how evil the world's getting, man. When, when you're going through metal detectors, you're getting stopped and your receipt and your cart gone over, like you're a damn thief when you're not. You know how evil this world's getting when they're doing all these things to you. Actually, when they stop you to look at your receipt and treat you like that, you're being detained. Whether you know it or not, you are being detained. And it is illegal to detain anyone without probable cause. They have no probable cause. If your receipt checked out and you got to go on out that door, there was no probable cause to be detaining you like that. I think that people should start suing. to be honest with you. Because you're being labeled as a thief when you're not. You're being detained when no one has a right to detain you like that, especially when they have no reason to be detaining you. You know, it just is what it is. Yeah. And they got these metal detectors, and I don't know, but I heard, people with pacemakers and stuff go through there, or metal in their body, they go through there and all of a sudden they get a zap or their batteries go off, and a squad has to come, right? What the hell? That's insane. I mean, really? A lot of people's going through a lot of stuff because of this. And innocent people who don't deserve it. I don't know. I mean, that'd be weird, right?
That's when they shot when they trying to.
And then they lost their balance and then they shot off their gun.
Trying to gain the balance.
And then isn't that when actually Bill Benton took off? Bill starts screaming and takes off. So I kind of wonder, did he see you guys and was suspicious because of what just occurred? And yes, Fred did drive down there, but he only went to the end of Ben Hill. That was after Bill left. Fred did drive down there, down to the end of Ben Hill, to see what he could see. But Bill had already left.
And the vehicle he was in was should have been not from right there.
What do you mean?
Because he was in his boss's truck.
Oh, so he was supposedly in his.
So
Bill Benton was supposedly in a truck. What color truck?
I don't really remember that.
You guys, this is one of Don Wells' drinking buddy, big time buddies. Yeah. And it really makes me wonder, because a lot of people, Bill Benton is one of the people that Fred told me to talk to, when I first met him. If I, for information, because he was hanging around the Wells a lot.
Don's want to give him the name Wild Bill.
Yeah. Don nicknamed Bill Benton Wild Bill. So were you really chased by this guy or by him, or was he really trying to help you guys, help distract Fred for you? Is that what he was doing? Was he distracting Fred for you? Did Don hook you guys up with Bill Benton? Thinking that, Fred wouldn't think anything of it because, Fred knows Bill.
Is it me, or does she sound dumber than dog shit? Put a 1 in the chat if she just sounds dumber than fucking dog shit. Just saying, you guys. I don't know. Exactly. Wow. Yeah. I'm going to tell you, sarcasm don't look good on her. Right? It really doesn't. It's like, oh my freaking gosh. Yeah, I so agree with you, Carla. I so agree with you. Absolutely. Shelly, you're right. It's like, whoa. What the? I mean, wow. I'm going to tell you, I don't know. I don't know why it amazes me how fucking stupid some humans are. Right? I mean, it ain't like I ain't seen enough of them, but I guess you just don't ever get used. I don't think you ever get used to that kind of stupidity, right? I don't. Hey, group, I appreciate that. I appreciate it. God bless. I really do. I got super chat. Amen. God bless. Yeah. Yeah. Bates from Misery. I'm going to tell you something. That was one hell of a show. That was one hell of a show. Yeah, absolutely, Wood Fairy. You got that right. I'm going to tell you, you got to be mentally unstable to have Fred Hill in your fucking house. You got to be mentally unstable to marry any of that shit off of Ben Hill Road, right? There's got to be something wrong with you. There's got to be something seriously wrong with you. Oh my gosh, Molly, Molly is a trip, right? And that's, I would agree with you, but like she called Justin up, right? She called Justin up like, you know, you need to marry me and Fred. Like you need to get here now and marry me and Fred. He's like, what? Not me, right? And Justin's like, I'm not putting that shit together. I am not gonna put that shit together. Hell no. You know, I mean, Justin tried to talk some common sense into her, right? But she wasn't gonna have it. She wasn't gonna have it. Not at all. She wasn't having it. Hey, Shelly, I appreciate that. Super sticker. All right. Story, I appreciate it. The jam, I appreciate it. God bless. God bless. But yeah, I'm like, wow. Um, Let me see what's in this back chat. Wow. Candy Cane in the back chat says roses. She meant roses are red. She put roses or red. Roses are red, my love. Cotton is blue. Boo hoo hoo. Really? Wow. And whoever's in the back chat, and it says Candy Cane. It says Candy Cane. From what it's looking like, Candy Cane knows how big Fred's business is. I don't know. I don't know. I have no idea, right? I have no idea. That's between Ziggy and Candace, right? That's between Candace and Ziggy. I'll stay out of that one. I have no idea. I guess, Fred was hanging up on 110 an awful lot, right? He was hanging up there too. So I guess they would know. I guess they would know. Yeah, get up and show yourself, right? Candy Cane don't want to show herself. She just wants to run her mouth in the back chat. But yeah. Fred's Army. This supposed to be Fred's Army, right? They're calling herself Fred's Army now. Fred's Army just don't have no face. I got this guy named Chris trying to come up. What's up, Chris? Some reason you're frozen. You're frozen, Chris. I can't bring you up. I'm sorry. You're frozen. I tried to bring him up so he could say hi, but he was frozen. You guys. He froze up for some reason. So I can't bring him up here. I think he's the one that ain't supposed to be on YouTube. Am I right? Am I right about that? I think he is. I like the guy. I like him. He seems like a really nice young man. But I understand that he's supposed to be out here. I don't know. Oh, okay, Molly. Okay, that's what I thought. Oh, wow. They use him. I'm sorry to hear that. And then, I tell you how horrible Fred Hill is. Listen to this.
They over where that shed is, they put a single wide. They took and put a 4x8 piece of plywood up, advertising sex and stuff. Which, I mean, whatever you want, just like, yeah.
Oh, with Summer?
Oh, well, with Rose, she was in on it.
Rose, like who?
Rose Bly. Well, that's missing.
So before, you knew Rose Bly?
Huh?
You knew Rose Bly?
Yeah. Yeah, she was in on that prostitution.
So you've known him for 10 years or more?
Yeah, I've lived here all my life.
So how did he end up over here?
That I don't know.
So he used to advertise like...
See, he drove his mom crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, put recording devices and stuff all through under her house and stuff, and just torment.
Rose Bly went missing. She went missing like 2009, right? 2009. Don and Candace Wells was still in Tennessee. They were still in Tennessee. Matter of fact, Candace got a charge on her. Candace got a charge on her in Tennessee for, I believe, an assault charge over Don Wells' daughter's boyfriend, right? Candace got an assault charge because she struck out at Don's daughter's boyfriend. And anyway, they were still in Arkansas at the time. Candace got these charges. Candace was, she had Josie in Arkansas. The first kid of Don and Candace's was born in Arkansas. And they wasn't even in Tennessee or on Ben Hill Road at the time that Rose came up missing. They was not nowhere near Tennessee. Don Wells' mother was still living in Tennessee at 110 Ben Hill Road. And the ladies around there were taking care of her at the time. And Don and Candace was over in Arkansas, living up in a van, doing some sinister stuff. They hadn't even got, 2009, she came up missing. I think it was like August 21st, 2009 is when Rose came up missing. So Don and Candace wasn't even near Tennessee at the time. This is totally a lie. Fred Hill lied his ass off about Rose Bly ever being down there in Tennessee, let alone doing anything like he said. He should be ashamed of himself, right? He should be ashamed of himself. He is accusing this mother, this missing mother of 2 children, right? And she would not have ever left her kids behind. This mother of 2 children who is missing, and God only knows what happened. He's accusing her of being up there doing some sinister stuff, right? I mean, this guy does not care whose reputation he taints, right? He doesn't care what he says about, anybody. It's fucking disgusting. And Ziggy sits there, knowing that Rose was not ever in Tennessee, doing none of this stuff. And she sits there, and kisses his ass and allows him to taint and destroy this mother's name, right? Yeah. And I'm going to tell you, Ziggy has no more fucking morals than Fred. She really doesn't. She really doesn't. That's disgusting. That just goes to show you, even more so how Fred is. I mean, this guy, he's a real freaking creep, right? He's a real creep. Absolute fucking creep. Then he has this to say, and let us remember that in the back chat, let us remember in my back chat right now, it reads, what a big one Fred has. From Can. What a big one he has. So, and I'm sure Can should know because she was running around trying to get everybody's, right? She's trying to get everybody's worm at the fishing hole in the dark. Absolutely. She might have got Fred's. I don't know. She might have got Fred's. I have no idea. I wasn't there. But it sounds like she knows, she's back there saying he's got a big wormy. So I don't know.
I'm just going by what Cotton told me. I don't know 100%. I wasn't there, so I don't know. I'm just going by what Cotton said.
No, I mean, as far as she was saying that he was in jail on summer. Well, what I don't know what she's saying. It's not possible because is she saying this voice isn't possible for it to be his? Because we don't know when this video was taken.
Cotton stated to me that he was on the hill the day earlier the day someone went missing. So I don't know. Cotton stated to me that he was on the hill earlier the day someone went missing. So I don't know. Cotton stated to me that he was on the hill earlier the day someone went missing. So I don't know.
There you go. And he also said that Cotton supposedly was up there messing with, a mother and a daughter, and he doesn't know if it was Grandis and Candace or Candace and Summer. He was spreading that too, right? He was spreading that too. As much as Fred was up at 110 Ben Hill Road, I'm sure he knows if it was Grandis and Candace or Candace and Summer, because his ass was up there all the time as well, right? What was he up there for? Right? It sounds to me like, he must have, he might have been, going into that mudslide itself, right? He might have been going into that can mudslide itself. From what I'm reading in back chat from Can. It sounds like he was. I don't know. I wasn't there. You know, just my opinion. Just my opinion. You know, I think Fred was pretty gross. I think he was pretty gross. A Simpson will be arrested for Cotton Simpson's robbery, murder. It's a woman, right? Fred, you seem to be the one. You seem to be the one that knows everything about Cotton. And there ain't no woman. There ain't no woman taking the lie detector's test. You did, and you failed it. We seen it. You failed it. There ain't no woman, you know, able to tell law enforcement about, you know, big gashes in the back of someone's head when nobody else knew it, right? But you was. It sounds like you're able to tell law enforcement everything that no one else knew, and you didn't pass the lie detector's test. So it don't sound like it's a woman. In my opinion, sounds like it was you. Right? Right? And I heard you and Laura was smoking up his cigarettes. I don't know. I wasn't there. I didn't see it. But allegedly, you and Laura were smoking up his cigarettes. Right? That were gone, that were missing out of the vehicle when he was unalived. You know. And, you know, how did you end up with the loot? You know, if somebody else did it, how did you end up with the loot? That's what I want to know. Right? Just saying. Just saying. Make that make sense. Fred Hill. He has family and law enforcement also. Good grief. But I don't know whose red truck that was, an old picture of it. If you know this much, then law enforcement did this whole time and did shit about Summer and all the rest. Head drug task force. This is why Hawkins County isn't over Summer's case now. I know the reason that it has nothing to do with that. The reason that Hawkins County is not over Summer's case anymore is due to the fact that Ronnie Lawson's little escapade with his son, and what his son had done. A lot of people were calling in, and they felt that because of what went on with Ronnie's son. This is allegedly the reason that they were taken off of Summer's case. Is because they were getting too much negative feedback. TBI was getting too much negative feedback about Ronnie Lawson's son and how, you know, they didn't feel that he could, you know, righteously, you know, operate Summer's case due to, you know, having a son that he was trying to protect, you know, for the same reasons people think Summer ended up disappeared over. So, you know, that's why. Ronnie Lawson's son was a conflict of interest. Just put it that way. He was a conflict of interest in the Summer Wells case, and that's why, you know, people were complaining. And that's why it converted over to TBI, and TBI actually, you know, they don't have no one detective. They don't have no one detective working on Summer's case, diligently working just on Summer's case or handling Summer's case. Summer's case is in limbo. That's what you would call it. It's in limbo. And you know, like if they get a tip, if they get some type of tip that they feel could help or solve her case, then they will look into it. Right? They will look into it. But for the most part, her case is it's in limbo. And if you ask me, the only reason I think Summer's case has not became a cold case yet is because it's still getting too much attention. It's getting way too much attention. And because of all the attention it's still getting, they're afraid that cold case will pick it up and solve it. They're afraid that cold case might pick it up and do what they didn't do, right? And solve her case. That's the problem. That's the problem. For some reason, law enforcement don't want cold case getting a hold of Summer Wells' case. And that's why they're keeping it open, but they ain't doing a damn thing with it. They ain't doing nothing with it. Right? It's just there. It's just there, being held open for no reason. Because there's no real detectives working on it. They're just sitting around, and if, like I said, if there ain't tips coming in, then they're doing nothing. Absolutely nothing. And they're no longer chasing all tips. They're only chasing, you know, what they feel. Like if you turned in a tip that could say, you know, could bring her home, they could find her, and they decide that, you know, they don't want to go after that tip, well, they won't be finding her. It's at their discretion what tips they want to go after, which ones they don't. They're not going after everything no more, right? And nobody's really working on it any longer. So, you know, it's pretty much just, you know, unless some good Samaritan out here, we the people, right? We the people, unless a good Samaritan, we the people, stumble upon Summer somehow, like, you know, Elijah Vu. It was a good Samaritan, we the people, a good Samaritan that was out there and stumbled upon Elijah Vu. That's how law enforcement found him. Because a good Samaritan, one of us, found him, called in, hey, you need to get here. And they did. But usually it's we the people who solve these cases. It's we the people who find everything. Because law enforcement, I don't think they ever look. Right? It's just by accident that someone stumbles upon it. And then they want to swoop in and take all the credit. Right? Law enforcement wants all the credit, but they're not doing the job to get it. It's always we the people who are the ones, you know, who are the ones that just come across. Sometimes we come across it by accident. Sometimes, you know, you got people like JLR and a lot of other people that's out there looking and they find it, right? I think, you know, Johnny Public, we the people, do more. I think we all do more for these missing children, if you ask me, than law enforcement does. I mean, there is information taken down in a lot of cases that wasn't ever read or looked over. There has been information taken down that could have been used to solve a lot of cases, but it was not ever looked at. It was taken down, but it wasn't ever looked at and gone over. And it got lost in the shuffle, and a lot of cases wasn't solved because of it, right? Because people, they're just not doing their job. They're not doing their job. And then later on down the road, somebody comes in, a new detective or a new person comes in, or cold case comes in, and they look over everything and they solve the case because all the answers were right there and all the information that was taken down. But they didn't read it. They didn't, take time to put it together, and they didn't solve the case. That's what happens, because law enforcement they're going to get a paycheck whether they solve a case or not. They're going to get their paycheck, and that's all they care about, right? They just care about paying their bills. That's the way it is. It's just how it is. And that's where we're at today. But it didn't have nothing to do with no drug task force. Hell no. I don't even know what the fuck Fred's talking about. I'm going to tell you, that dude is 3 sheets in the wind. Straight up. He really is. I ain't never seen nothing like it. I really ain't. And this guy tells some whoppers, right? He tells some freaking whopper stories. They should call old boy, they should call him the whopper storyteller, right? Because he tells some fucking big, huge ones. Like, you're going to believe it. Straight up, you need to believe this. No. I couldn't believe that if I wanted to, man. There's just too many fucking holes in that story, right? That's making it unreal. A blind man could see his bullshit. And you want me to fucking believe it? Come on. Hell no. I'm able to see. Oh yeah, I know, right? Right, little bit? Absolutely. Yeah. Absolutely. She was straight up bitching like, I don't know why they're taking all the child support out on Fred when Laura needs to be paying child support too. Right? Because I need that extra money. That's like maybe 2 days worth of DoorDash. And why should Laura get it? Why should Laura be allowed to keep hers and Fred has to, be dibbling his out? I'm going to go and see if I can get that changed. I mean, what the fuck did you marry this man for? Did you marry this man for love, or did you marry him for his Social Security check? Right? The fuck you marrying for? I don't even know. I have no idea. She's probably working on trying to get him to adopt up her daughter so that they can get, Social Security for her daughter until she's 18 off of Fred's Social Security now. Her daughter be calling Fred daddy so they can get, extra money. That's freaking insane. Yeah, he's straight. That is so true, Molly. That is the truth. That is the truth. Fred is trying to keep Laura on the side. He's straight trying. Laura told me that Fred keeps trying to live her life. Well, he's with freaking butt nasty Ziggy, right? He said, Laura's like, he blows up my phone all the time, right? And he even threatens her. He threatens her. When she was talking to me, he threatened her up. She got afraid. She got afraid to talk because he was threatening her up. I think I seen something back here. Wow. Can you really changed? You have really changed. If I'm not mistaken, you look like a man. You look like Donnie with a wig. Let me see you again. That was a real quick flash. Oh, you ain't going to do it again. Come on. Yeah. If they did it again, I was going to take a picture and try to figure out which one of them it was. I'm not for sure. Look like a dude. I don't know. I have no idea. But yeah, Ziggy wants to portray to all of us that, Fred's her superhero. Fred ain't ever done nothing wrong. He is just a victim being victimized by all of these evil people. And she don't understand why nobody wants to listen. Bullshit. He was working with law enforcement on the 15th, 16th, 17th, right? I think it would be a really great idea. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it would be a really great idea for Chris McDonough to interview Fred, like he did Candace and he did Dom Wells. Don't you think it would be awesome to see him interview Fred? I think it would straight up be awesome to see Chris McDonough interview Fred Hill. Absolutely. I really would love to see that. Straight up. I would love to see it. And I hope he does. I really hope he does. Because I think that would be like, oh, hell yeah. Please do. Please do, Chris. I mean, they're crying out for you right now. I wish you would say yes. I wish you would say yes. Okay, Fred, come on. I'll interview you. Yeah, I would love to see the take on that one, right? Mm-hmm. Absolutely. I would love it. And right now, they're willing to do it, right? No better time than the present. Yeah. I was thinking about that last night. I was like, that would be awesome to see Ziggy. I mean, I don't want him to interview Ziggy. I want him to interview Fred. Like Ziggy, keep your mouth shut, right? Keep your fucking mouth shut. Just like Fred and Chris. Just like Fred and Chris, have an interview. Don't be trying to speak for Fred. Don't be trying to talk for Fred. Let Fred, man to man, talk for himself, one-on-one with Chris, right? I would love to see that. Absolutely. That would be amazing. Absolutely amazing. I'm going to tell you something. Fred ain't going to be able to get his bullshit past Chris. He will not be able to I doubt if Fred would even do it. I doubt if he would even do it, to be honest with you. I doubt if he would even go there, right? But it sure would be nice if he did. I don't know if Chris would do it. But I would, I hope the lab or someone asked him, I hope they get in contact, with Ziggy and ask if Fred is willing to do a one-on-one interview, right? Without Ziggy's inputs. Just Fred. That would be, yeah. It could, I ain't for sure what I saw. I'm not for sure. It looked like a man. I don't know. But I don't know. It was a real quick, it was like flash. It was like a flash. It wasn't there long enough to really zoom in on. I was getting ready to take a picture of it, right? But it disappeared on me. Oh shit, it disappeared again. I was like, oh, come on, show yourself. Show yourself. It just has the screen over it. You can't see nothing, but somehow it raised the screen and I got a flash of somebody and it was gone. Right. Fred has, he, for the most part, he has head. He has head in the shadows, you know. I think that, he really doesn't do a lot unless Ziggy's pressuring it. And then he'll say, he'll chime in a little bit and go away. Oh yeah. Oh, yeah, that's true. That I don't know if Chris interviewed anybody else in the holler. I talked to some people inside of Ben Hill, and I'm going to tell you something. They told me they want nothing to do with this YouTube. That what they are what we talk about was confidential between me and them. That that they did not agree with it being recorded or anything. They did not want to be brought out here. It was strictly confidential. So, he might have because I got told the same exact thing. From the people inside there. So yeah, those people do not want, they do not want their names brought into the Summerwell case at all. And that's because they, believe they don't want to be brought into Summerwell's case because they believe that, the assailants who did this is right there inside Ben Hill Road. And, therefore they feel unsafe having these number one suspects in there inside Ben Hill Road with them. And they feel if they're evil enough to do this to a 5-year-old child, what more would or could they do to someone else, right? So they don't want to be brought out here. That's true. Absolutely. They're scared. And I can't say I blame them. At all. It's true. If you could do this to a 5-year-old child, what more could you do to someone else, right? That's true. I'm going to tell you right now, y'all. Backstage, could be very freaking traumatizing to a human being, right? The shit you see back here, oh my God, it is disgusting. It is disgusting. Really disgusting. I'm going to tell you, it can fuck up a human's fragile little mind. Straight up. I don't know what the fuck just popped up and started growling at me like a fucking animal. But it is. I wish I could pop it up. I wish I could pop it up. I want to pop it up. But it is disgusting. Look at this. Ooh. Did you see that? Oh my God. Dude, you need a fucking toothbrush. You need a dentist. Your teeth, man, it looked like you've been chewing fucking wood. Get the hell out of here, Woody Woodpecker. Who the fuck are you? Oh my God. That was nasty, right? Oh, dude, man. Ugh. Look like some bitch been gnawing on a Brillo pad, right? Look like he's been gnawing on a fucking Brillo pad or something. That's just gross. And teeth were all nasty, like you ain't freaking brushed them in years. I'm like, damn. Threw me back in my seat because I was like, oh hell. For a second there, it's like, don't let his breath come at me, right? Don't let his breath come at me. I mean, I bet his fucking breath is like a freaking really bad weapon, right? Straight up. I don't think the military has anything like that. I really don't. They should try to can his breath. You know? They should try to can that guy's breath. It's probably very dangerous. That's nasty. I'm sure the wood teeth, his teeth had like all these different, his teeth looked like a box of fucking crowns. They were all different colors, right? It was all different colors and shit. I was like, what? And they was, that was bad. That was bad. And he looked like he was wanting to eat the screen. He looked like he was wanting to chew on the screen. No. It was some bony chest motherfucker. Do you see how bony his damn chest was? The motherfucker looked like he looked like he'd been in some kind of fucking starvation place, right? He looked like he'd been starving his damn self. He was one of them bony chest son of a bitches. Like, whoa. Rattle me bones, rattle me bones. I don't know. Yeah, he had some really, really nasty teeth. That was like, whoa. He looked like he was gnawing, like he was trying to gnaw on the screen or something. I'm like, whoa. Dude, you got some serious issues. I wouldn't even want to show, I got a picture of it. I'm going to post it up on Facebook. I'll make one that's real close up to his teeth so everybody can see it's, how much dental work he needs done. Too bad you're not one of them Play-Doh heads, buddy. If you was a Play-Doh head, somebody could fix your teeth for you. Right? Remember the Play-Doh head that you make the teeth and you stick them in the head. You could be a dentist with your Play-Doh set. We could use We could use his close-up. We could use his close-up and print it out and then try to fix his teeth. Fred admitted that he took a pipe and and used somebody's head for a baseball. That's what he admitted. And whose head was it that seemed to be used for a baseball? Cotton Simpson's. I really think, I mean, I don't know, but in my opinion, I believe that Fred Hill had told the Cotton Simpson story in a way that it wouldn't get him in prison. I think it was bothering him. He needed to get it out, and he got it out in a roundabout way that wouldn't get him put in prison. Right? He used the nighttime like it was in Lower Run Park. He used, the weapon. He used, striking it like a baseball. It was dark. It was dark in Lower Run Park, right? Cotton Simpson's head was used like a baseball. That's what he was admitting. Only he was putting it on his property with other people surrounding it instead of in Lower Run Park the way it was, with just him, Cotton, and probably Laura. In my opinion. That's my opinion. That's who I think was there when it all went down. Oh my God, what a freak. He's back. Dude, you are a weirdo. Straight up weirdo. He showed me his teeth again. Oh my God, now he's pulling them apart and shit. I'm telling you. This is so gross. This is really freaking gross. Look at it. Right? Everybody get a look at that. Did you see what he was doing? What a weirdo. That's what we got to put up with in the back chat. Right? We got backstage. That's backstage, baby. What a freak. Super freaky. Right? I just couldn't suffer that one alone, y'all. Right? We got to bear that cross together. What a sicko, man. I'm so glad this shit just don't bother me, right? But that's what I wanted to bring out tonight. To you guys, I thought it was very important. To Summer's case. I think it's very important to Cotton's case as well. If you ask me, that's what I'm talking about. And, I also want to point out again that, Laura right here, she said they made it to the crushers. June 15, 2021. She said they did make it to the crusher, right? They made it. It is. And here's Laura again. Laura, the day that Summer came up missing, was you at home or was you with Fred?
I was with Fred. We was hauling cars.
You were hauling cars that day? I was with Fred and we was hauling cars. Okay. And yep. So Chad was at your property?
He come in while we was going to the crusher. And he seen Candace at the end of the driveway.
And
He
what
said that was started up a hill, and she turned around and looked at him and said, "Do you know if they're home?" And he said, "Well, their truck's not there." And said she turned around, walked back down there, and got in her truck. Didn't even knock on the door, nothing.
Wow. Y'all feel like the
Oh, so, and what time was that?
I think he said it was about 3:30 or 4, probably about 4:30, something like that.
There you go. There you go, you guys. About 3:34, 3:30 or 4. And then she stopped for a minute and she's like, let's make it a little later, 4:30, right? Because me and Fred needs to be really gone. We need to be really gone, right? There you go. That's Laura's own mouth. They were going to the crusher. And Cotton, or Chad came in, caught Candace down there, right? At the house. Summer wasn't supposed to be even missing yet. Summer was not even supposed to be missing. And she told Chad Summer was. She told Chad that Summer was missing at that time. I told you that Chad Arnold came in, caught Candace at Fred's, right after, it was right after Candace and Grandis got back into Ben Hill Road. I believe that what Candace did is she went up on the hill, dropped Grandis off, came back off the hill, went down to Fred's with Summer. And when Chad came in there, Fred and Laura had just left, and that's why Summer wasn't in the car, right? That's why Summer wasn't in the car. And they went to the crusher, and they made it to the crusher. And now Fred's trying to separate his ass from going to the crusher that day. Why? Why is he all of a sudden trying to separate himself from all of this? Is he afraid that they might still have that car? Is he afraid they might be able to do something somehow to, find out if Summer was in it or not? I don't know. In my opinion, something's scaring him because he's trying to separate himself from it now instead of just telling the truth, like Laura. Hey, this is what we were doing, right? This is what we were doing. I'm not trying to separate myself from it. Just saying. So, it is what it is. It is what it is. But you know what? We're going to continue. We're going to continue to get everything we can, everything solid that we can, to try to figure out exactly what happened to Summer. Right? We're going to continue to try to get the answers for this little girl. We're going to continue that. And we're going to hang on all of these number one suspects. We're going to hang on all of their words. And we're going to decipher what's true and what isn't. Because, there's a lot of truth even in lies. When someone tells you a lie, there is truth in that lie. You have to decipher what that damn truth is and what isn't. Right? And if you can do that, well, you'll end up with nothing but the truth. And that's what we got to do in order to, help Summer and try to figure out where Summer is. Now, our next steps is to start listening to these people when they talk about where Summer might be. Right? Because now we need to know, where could she be? Where could she be? Did Fred keep something? Did Fred keep something, that was hidden up in a cave at Laura Runs Park? Did he keep a piece of clothing, or, did he keep you know, I don't know about a head. I don't know about a head. But did he keep those, you know, did he keep the black shorts she was wearing? Because he had kept the, I mean, Candace got everything else. The only thing missing was the black shorts. Did him, you know, did he pull over and keep those? Right? I don't know. I don't know. You know, what could have possibly, what could Cotton have possibly hid over there in Laurel Run Park? Why was Cotton at Laurel Run Park so late with somebody that unliked him? Right? What the hell was he doing in there? That, you know, what was in that park? You know, especially up in a cave like that. I mean, I think the place that he was where they found him, I think it's that vicinity, that area that really needs to be gone over with a fine-tooth comb. Because it might be in that vicinity somewhere you might find something that'll lead you back to Summer and Summer's disappearance. Right? I don't know. But it's, you know, it's worth exploring. It's worth, everything's worth exploring and going over in order to find this child. Right? And there is no SD card showing showing Andy Bernard on that road that day. There is none. The only video they had that day was a neighbor all the way at the end where you go out onto, there was a trail cam of a neighbor's down where you go out onto Beach Creek. You come out of Ben Hill onto Beach Creek. There's a neighbor at the end of Ben Hill, one of the neighbors who actually had a trail cam that I believe it caught Candace's car for sure. I don't know if it caught Chad's vehicle or not. It caught Candace's. So it probably caught Chad's vehicle as well. It probably caught Fred and Laura also going out of there, hauling the vehicle. So, you know, I'm sure law enforcement has all of this. I'm sure they have all of this, you know. What they choose to do with it all, you know, is a different story, right? I think they got all the answers in their hands if they want to, you know, do the work, if they want to do the work to solve the case. That's what I'm saying. I think law enforcement already has all the answers. Do they want to do the work that it's going to take to solve it? That is the question. That is the holdup. You know, and obviously the answer is no. And they don't want cold case getting it, because cold case will do what it takes to solve it. You know, they will solve it. If they got everything law enforcement has right now, I think they will solve the case. Just saying. Because I think everything's there. I think all the answers are there. It took us a long time. You know, it took us a long time to get, you know, just to get where we're at. And law enforcement knew all of this from the beginning. You know, they knew all of this within a few weeks. It took us a few years, right? We had to get everything the hard way. They got it the easy way. So, you know, I don't know. Don't seem fair. It just don't, you know, it don't seem fair. It don't seem fair to Summer. I mean, if a child's case can be solved, why not solve it? Something ain't right. I hate to say it, but Summer's case smells like a rat, right? Her case smells like a rat. It sounds like, it sounds like it could be solved, but for some reason they don't want it solved. And they're not even going to let it go cold because they don't want it solved. So, you tell me. You tell me. It just stinks. It don't smell right, right? It don't smell right. That's all I'm saying. And I'm going to tell you, I ain't ever seen so much fucking evil. I ain't ever seen this much evil around a case in my life. There's a lot of evil surrounding this little girl. I could only imagine. I could only imagine what these kids went through. It had to have been horrific, right? It had to be something different. But, if you think it was worth, if you believe it was worth bringing what we found to the table tonight, put a 1 in the chat. Put a 1 in the chat if you think it was worth bringing to the table. I think it was too, Molly. I do. Betty, I really do. I think it was really worth. Absolutely. I think it was a hell of a find. I think it was a hell of a find, and that's why we need to keep these people talking. It's why we need to keep them talking. We need to keep these people talking. For the sake of Summer, for the sake of, other innocent people who have, been unlived in the middle of all of this, who have lost their life. We need, we need to keep these people talking. Everything helps. Everything helps, even though law enforcement, maybe they ain't going to do their job, but we're going to do ours, right? We're going to do ours. And that's what we do. Absolutely. Exactly. Wood Fairy. Exactly. That's what I'm talking about, girlfriend. That's what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, these people wasn't, they weren't wanting flyers. They didn't want billboards. They didn't want reward. I mean, these parents were telling law enforcement where the kid wasn't. So therefore they had to know where the kid is. I mean, I would have done arrested their ass. If I was law enforcement, I'd have done arrested their asses. No shit. I'd arrested their asses. As soon as you tell me where something isn't, you're under arrest. Because obviously you know where it is. And that's if that ain't probable cause to arrest somebody, I don't know what is. Right? I don't know what is. Yeah, they're disgusting. And they've done nothing but play games. They've done nothing but, I mean, they have made a mockery out of their own daughter's case, right? I mean, I ain't ever seen this type of evil in my life. These motherfuckers are straight up demons. They're straight up demons, man. I don't think the pits of hell is holding anything as evil as them, right? I don't even know if the devil's that evil. to be honest with you. I don't know. Those mother freakers are evil. Yeah, I heard that. I heard that, Julian. I heard that too. Yeah, there's some shady shit going on. Some real shady shit going on in this world. Absolutely. Something ain't right. Something ain't right, especially in Tennessee. That's for sure. You know, I like to say they're black-hearted too, Bridget. I really would. I like to say they're black-hearted as hell, but these motherfuckers don't have no heart. They don't even have a black one. You know, that's pretty bad. That's pretty bad. All right, you guys, listen. We will continue to continue. We will continue to continue working for this baby. We're not going to give up. We're not going to give up. Absolutely not. And if we could help any other cases while we're doing this one, well, God bless us, right? God bless us. But we will continue to do what we do here. I'm going to ask you all, as I always do, please, please, please keep the prayers going up for little Summer Moon, Utah Wells. Keep those prayers going up for this baby. She can use all the prayers she can get, and I know God is listening. So please send those prayers up for her. Because, you know, I'm going to tell you now, God's in control of all things, not us. We control nothing. All we get to do is make the right choice or the wrong choices as we go along in each day. That's all we have control over, is if we make the right choice or the wrong ones. Let us pray we make the right ones. And let us pray that this little girl is found by us making the right choices and able to be brought home and justice served against the evil beings that did this. Let us pray in the name of Jesus Christ that God answers our prayers and lets little Summer be found, brought home, justice served. Let Michael Vaughn be found and justice served. Let little Sebastian Rogers be found and justice served. Let these babies at least be found, brought home. And if they're not with us, laid to rest the way they should have been. The way they should have been a long time ago. Let the people who truly loved them and cared about them find peace and closure in all of this. Because everyone who truly cares deserves that. In the name of Jesus. Amen. Let us keep praying. Let us keep the prayers going up. God will hear you. He will hear you. And at some point, he will answer. I don't know. I can't answer why Summer hasn't been found yet. I can't answer that. I often think God's trying to give someone an opportunity to save their soul by coming forth and doing what's righteous by Summer. And God will give them time, because God has nothing but time to give, right? He'll give them time. And when they continue to be stubborn and not do the righteous thing, well, I think then God will answer our prayers. He'll answer our prayers, and Summer will be found, and justice will get served. That's the only thing I can think would be the reason God hasn't answered our prayers already. I don't question God, because I know his way is the right way and mine is not. That's why I try to do his will instead of my will. So let us keep those prayers going up. Let us keep having faith that he's going to answer, because I know he will at some point. God is good all the time, and all the time he's good. So keep those prayers going up, you guys, in the name of Jesus Christ. Amen. And pray for one another. Pray for one another. And know that PG is always praying for you. Good night. God bless. Much love, everybody.